Justice. I'm looking for a change and I try, but I can't find it. I'm looking for a justice. I'm looking for a peace, but these guns on the streets keep popping, keep popping. Why can't we be finding peace? Why can't we be ending all this beef? Why can't we just get along? Peace is right and war is wrong.
So I can never understand a thing about the polygamy in the black conscious community when they said that the man is supposed to pay for everything, right? So what happens in that situation? And what comes to mind to me is a trick. Because most of these dudes are niggas, so I have to talk to them in a language that they truly understand. So what is a trick? A trick spends his money.
Like to provide for women.
What did you say?
Men just, oh, I was just talking about.
No, we can talk. I can.
Just like to provide for women.
Under what pretense? See, this is what she said. She said men like to provide for women, but what are you providing? You're not providing what the woman wants. You're providing what you feel she should have in order to control her.
I mean, it could. That means you're saying everybody, just the way of life before this, before men.
But we're not.
Men was able to take care of the bills. Maybe women needed that at that time. Now, men still think women need that, but they don't. They need something a little bit different. But
Right.
this is a natural. It's probably a gene or something.
It's natural to provide for a woman for what she cannot provide for herself. It is unnatural to provide for a woman in order to control her, to say shit like, oh, this is what tricks do. Let me give you an example. What tricks do is say like, hey lady, I like you a lot. So I'm going to put you up in this apartment. I'm going to pay all the bills. I'm going to get you your food. I'm going to buy you clothes. I'm going to get you a car. But bitch, you can't go nowhere. You only can go somewhere if I tell you you can go somewhere. You only can talk to whoever I said you can talk to. If somebody picks up that phone that I bought for you and it's somebody who I don't know, you can't talk to that person no more. So basically, under that pretense, under that type of thinking, the woman becomes a slave and she is under servitude. Now, depending on the woman or the hoe who's feeding this trick, she can be a master of feeding a man's ego to make him believe whatever it is that she wants him to believe. Now, a cold ass hoe will make a man buy her all that shit, get her clothes, pay for her rent, pay for her bills, pay for her car note, pay for medical insurance, all that type of stuff, and make him think like he's a man. But in the back of her mind, she's looking at that dude like, you're a fucking trick, and I am using your ass. That's what it seemed like to me in the black conscious community. Because you have liabilities. And what's so crazy about it is that after you do all that stuff, based on what I've seen, after you do all that stuff, the bitches are still fucking stupid. They still don't understand their role as a woman in that relationship. You still gotta talk to that bitch every goddamn day to remind her what the fuck she's supposed to do. So that right there lets me know you're being used. That right there lets me know. Because the woman is playing the game. If a woman is with a dude long enough, she knows that woman enough. She knows how to cry. She knows how to make sounds when she's having sex. She knows how to pout. She knows how to do all that. She's done mastered that dude. And the dude is thinking he's getting over it. So what the dude is actually doing is he's paying for a woman to be able to stroke his ego. That's what it's all about. It's about trying to make a man feel like a man. He don't feel like a man without the woman. So if he ain't able to buy all that stuff for her, he doesn't feel like a man. That's what I see in the conscious community, the black conscious community a lot. I see a lot of polygamous tricks. Because your woman is supposed to be an asset to you, not a liability. And what does the woman do when she's with the guy that I've heard? What she does? She cleans the house. She cleans him. She has sex with him. She listens to him talk. What else does she could possibly do that you could probably think of in your brain out there, people? And all those things I just named are things that a servant does. A servant does all those things. A queen doesn't does those things. A servant. That is servitude. You don't have any freedom. You gotta have permission to leave the house. You can't even go to the park by yourself. You can't even have friends that you can talk to. You are a servant. You are a slave. So basically what happened was your essence as a woman has been purchased when a man says those things to you. Now, a woman can look at that as an advantage situation. She can look at it like, you know what? I really ain't got no goals in life. I really ain't got shit going on. I'm really a lazy ass bitch. I don't even want to really do nothing with myself. So, hey, yeah, I will, polygamy, yeah, I will share you. Me and a few other girls will share you. By the time it's my turn and shit like that, I get my, you get your rocks off or whatever. But shit, you're still taking care of me every goddamn day. You're still buying all my clothes. You're buying all my food. You're paying my rent, my electricity. You're taking me anywhere I go. All that type of stuff. So who actually wins in that situation? The woman. All the woman has to do is to be the master of stroking that man's ego, and he's going to be in La La Land. So let's think about that, people. Are black males in the polygamy environment, are they really tricks? I just made the comparison of what a trick is out in the street and what they are doing as tricks right now in their relationships. Because their women are doing nothing but being servants and stroking their ego. They are liabilities. And this is the reason why the woman doesn't conform completely to the man, and he has to keep telling that chick over and over again, you need to do this, you need to do that. I can just imagine what goes on in them relationships. None of those relationships are smooth without no problems. Because the dude should be able to do all that shit, and it should be a smooth thing. The woman should respect that, and it should be a smooth sailing. But the woman don't respect the trick ever. She's going to make the dude feel like it, that she respect it, but she don't respect the trick. So what do you think, person over there? I don't want to say your name right now, but what do you think about that?
I understand it. I just feel like it just depends on the individual relationship, whether it's all the way a trick or not, because it just might be a role. Like the man might just have better off with making the money and stuff, and the woman's better off doing something else, and she's just like a housewife or some shit like that, and that could work. But I understand nowadays how things are going. Women don't need when it's a situation where they feel like they need that man to provide that type of stuff. They could be looking at it in a different way. I don't know. I think it just depends on person. Cause
if you're a man,
not everybody's gonna not respect that. Some people respect it, some people don't.
But if you're a man and you work all goddamn day for your money and you gotta provide for a woman and she doesn't do anything but, because the thing is, a man could do all that stuff himself. He can wash his own body. He can cook his own food. He can masturbate himself. So everything right. So if you're able to do that, only a trick would provide money in order to have that to him.
But he's not. He's helping take care of the house, the family, the home.
No, he's not. Not a man. Not a man that's actually out there working hard every goddamn day, dude. He is not. He is not, because he's gonna look at it like, I can get pussy anywhere. He's gonna go and look at it like, you know what I'm saying, I can wash my own body. What the fuck am I paying you for to do something I can do myself?
I don't know what kind of man you're talking about. You're saying a man paying a woman. A man. I'm talking about there's provider. I think it's different between a provider and then somebody paying for a woman to be his girl or something.
So when we look at it being a provider, what is being a provider in the black conscious community polygamy relationships? Being a provider is getting the house, buying food for the woman, giving her shelter, giving her clothes, taking her places.
Just because you're a provider don't mean that's all you give.
What else do you give?
Whatever time they spend together, everybody's different.
So you have to give me an example.
You're talking about just polygamy. I'm looking at relationships in general.
I'm saying when a woman is given all those things, but then there is a condition to when you get them. The condition is you can't talk to who you want to talk to. You can't go wherever you want to go. You can't have special talents and skills and give them to the world without permission. That's when you've been bought, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You've been bought then. Now, if a man decides to like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm a provider and I'm gonna do this, then and the woman was like, you know what, I want to go and start my own business. I got ambitions to do that. And if that is able to do that, then everything, that I can understand it. But in the polygamy relationships I'm seeing is that the men want the women to be in the house, not go nowhere unless he go there somewhere with her. She can't talk to nobody. Only he can talk. Only she can talk to him. And that's it. You can't. Your freedom has been bought for $1,000 a month. Well, not 1,000. Your freedom has been bought for like what, 5,000 a month. Your freedom has been bought like a slave. You're in servitude. You don't have no freedom. You can't even think for yourself. You can't even do the things that God put on your own soul to be able to give to humanity and give to the world to help heal humanity. It's been stolen from. Well, not stolen. It's been bought.
Well, that shit's been happening for a long, long time. Like when you marry off your kid, you're marrying off for certain things for your own family or whatever. But the child don't want, maybe not want to be there and stuff, but they have to be there. Maybe that child want to do other shit.
But when you marry off of a kid in those times, right? In these polygamy relationships, they are not in relationships with royalty people. They're not in relationships where a woman has a family member who has thousands of acres of land or some shit, or all these resources. They're not in relationships with those women. They don't want relationships with those women. They want women who are destitute and don't have anything.
You're talking about these men that have issues and shit.
I'm talking about the ones that I have encountered in my research, which is like 10 of them. And also, let me ask you, let me say this to you. Also, if you're looking at the ancient way, the king is not even going to let you know who his wives are. Most of the wives are covered up. You're not even going to know who that fucking chick is. You ain't going to know who she is. She's going to be, he ain't even going to tell you that's his wife. But in the polygamy, black relationships, they want everybody to know who their wife is. They're like, this is my wife. This is what she doing. This is her body. This is how she look. This is how sexy she look. All that type of stuff, which is sexual exploitation at its highest. So what is that? More feeding the ego. And what does the relationship ever produce that they said that they want? They still have problems, is what I'm seeing. All the people that I have studied, they met this, they still have problems. They got to keep telling that same girl over and over again. And you know what's so crazy? They can't even let the girl go. In this one particular situation, is that this person says, I need to have the best, I shouldn't have to be around that, but he can't even let the girl go who's not giving him the best of who she is. And that girl knows that shit. None of those guys can live by themselves without any women around them. Which says a lot. So if this girl, in this one instance, in this one situation with this one person, if the girl says, I want to leave, he's going to say, go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave. You can do this. You can do that. But he's going to try to get her back. The girls around this particular certain situation, he's not every time where he's fed up, he'll do all this yelling. You need to do this, you need to do that. But he would never say, like, you know what, bitch, leave. You leave, you leave, you leave. I'm going to see you over here. I'm going to see you over here. I'm going to see you over here. I'm going to be rid of you. And I'm going to go get me a new set of girls that are going to listen. He can't do that because he is now the slave. See, the thing is that they're all hoes. And see, all hoes understand each other. See, when I see in these situations with these men, they have to be all on the camera, licking their lips. They got to have their shirts off, oiled up. They got to sell their sexuality the same way a bitch sells her sexuality when she's out here on the street looking for a trick. It's the same thing. So hoes get along with each other in this situation that I'm seeing a lot of the time in these polygamy relationships. And how you feel? What's your perspective? I'm listening.
I understand that, and I just feel like the issues that we're seeing in polygamy and these people that want to be humanitarians or influencers, the men especially, just haven't done that work within themselves. Because when you do that, you probably ain't gonna deal with that type of shit, you know? And you'll see in that situation you was talking about, it's just like people, the same thing over and over and over. Like you're going through the same shit. It doesn't matter. And then you teach the same shit you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're gonna attract the same shit until you fix it within yourself. So I think a lot of those men have really issues, really big issues. But then again,
you're attracting broken people
but
to
then
you
again,
again.
when you're in a relationship, it's kind of hard to let go of people that you actually care about, even if you know it's not like right for you.
Well, in the situation that I've seen, that the person seemed like they were so powerful that they could be by themselves, where they talk about it could be by themselves. But I mean, that's not a relationship. A relationship should be beneficial to both sides. So what is beneficial to the woman? You know what I'm saying? Where's the benefit? So I see this one girl, excellent singer, right? Beautiful voice, right? And she's been in multiple relationships with different dudes, yet none of them dudes have seen her for her talent, which is robbing humanity of something beautiful.
No, they see that talent, they don't give a fuck about enhancing it or actually putting it out there.
Okay, you use that. You can use that. So when they see it, what do they see? When they see the girl sing, they feel fear.
They see talent that probably
And they get scared. Because what's going to happen is that woman is going to be able to do stuff without them. And a man will want that. A man will want his woman to be able to do something without him. If a man is fucking fixing his desk right here, and the woman says, you know what, I want to fix the tire out there. A man wants that to happen. He don't want to do every motherfucking thing all the goddamn time. That's too much pressure. That's too much. But a man will do it in order to feed his ego, in order to trap a bitch. So back to the singer, right? Let's get back to the singer. All these different dudes seen that talent inside her and ignored it. Like it was, they had to really look past. The girl could really sing. She could really sing. I can give her props on that. If I took, even the other stuff that I learned about her, I would put that to the side and be like, you know what, you're a cold ass singer. But none of them dudes are ever gonna want to put her out and help her with her goal. So humanity gets robbed, because humanity is supposed to be able to hear that voice and to be inspired by the music. Music heals people. Everybody listening to this knows that. Music heals you. So to deprive somebody of their musical talent that can help heal humanity, where it's proven factual evidence that music heals people, you are a fucking scumbag. So where's the point? What is the point of polygamy right now, when they're going back into the ancient days where they haven't even evolved into what's currently going on right now? They fear the strong woman. They fear the woman who's intelligent. They fear the woman who can think on their own. They fear that woman.
Is it fear, or do they want to just conquer over them? Do they want to just be the one to just conquer them, but
right? So I hear this one dude, right?
They want you to shut up.
Right.
They say.
Right. That is bad.
But
that,
they don't have no fucking real leadership because you're not lead. You're supposed to.
What?
You're supposed to enhance that. You should be up. I don't know why people don't look at their art and take it like that's God.
You know what I'm saying? So when a man wants to conquer over a woman, what does that say? Now I can understand this. This is the only conquering part I can understand. I can understand that if a woman has a gift and you telling the chick to shut the fuck up and listen to what I gotta tell you because you are a cold ass singer and you need to get your ass in the studio every goddamn day and I'm gonna take you to the studio. You ain't doing nothing else unless you go to the studio every day and get that art out your soul. I can understand that shit. Now I can understand that to a certain degree. But to take a woman's talent and her essence as the woman and just destroy it in order to be able to feed the man's ego is a crime against humanity.